Okay, I think we're recording. Kate, I am first so sorry we missed the team call on yesterday, but I'm here to share something that I feel will be really helpful. I'm going to keep this really simple and really just kind of quick and easy because I don't want this to be too long. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I want to talk about an invite flow because I know invites are the area of our business that we often avoid. We often find the most intimidating, the most challenging, but I want to kind of break it down how to keep it really simple and how to keep that conversation flowing so that when you send an invite, you know what to say next. You know what to say if they ask for more information. You know what to say if they say no, if they object, if they have a money objection, whatever it may be. So how to get to yes is what we're going for. So first, you'll need to be inviting, right? We actually have to be inviting people to get the conversation flowing, right? So if we're not having conversations with people, then there's no conversation. They don't know what you're about if you're not inviting them. And I know that we often, we think that, oh, well, I shared this one story on my Instagram today. They saw that I logged a workout, so why isn't anyone reaching out? And it's important to remind ourselves that it takes consistency, it takes building trust with people, and it takes reaching out to them because a lot of times people need you to reach out to them. They're not going to reach out to you. I think in my 3 years of coaching, I have had maybe 2 or 3. I can count on literally less than my hand how many people have reached out to me and said, hey, I'm interested. Can I join you? And the people that typically, like, sometimes I'll have people reach out if I've invited them many times. So anyways, we'll kind of get into more of that as we go through this, but kind of where to start. So how do you start getting people? How do you start having conversation flow? Well, first you need to be sharing about your groups on your Instagram, right? Like, we need to be sharing what we're doing. That doesn't just mean sharing a sweaty selfie. That means sharing what exactly your story is with Beachbody, and not Beachbody, but you with your wellness group, you with your workouts. What has it done for your life? So sharing about that, sharing your true self on your story, because people need to get to know you and they need to get to know how this actually works, how it's impacted your life and how it could impact theirs. Because if they just see a sweaty selfie or they just see a random post here and there, they don't really know what it's about. They don't really know how it's going to help them because they need to see it in you, right? Like, they need to know that, wow, this girl's doing this group and I see that she's logged a workout. I see that there's a community a part of it. Oh, and she talked about how it worked with her busy student life. So really getting on and sharing about that. Like, if you're a busy mom and you work a full-time job and you don't have time, but you can easily get home and quickly do that 30-minute workout, share about that. Are you running a group? Are you running a wellness group? First, that's something that eventually will, I enjoy running groups with other coaches. Sam and I have run groups together a lot. I think running groups with other coaches is fantastic. So if I have a group running, I will always welcome you guys to invite to that group. But I also encourage you to think about running your own group because A, it's a lot of fun. B, you don't need to have a lot of people. You can have 2 people in a challenge group, you guys. My first challenge group was like 3 people. Like, there's no amount of people you need. Yes, the engagement might be a little bit lower, but guess what? Intimate groups are where, like, the friendships, the bonds, the support, it's still going to be there. So don't feel like you need to have 10, 20, 30 people in your group to have a challenge group. So run your own group. Start your own bod group. Think about how fun that would be for you to create the group and have your people in it. Even if you only have 5 people or 2, like, it's okay, because that's where you start, and you start building that excitement for yourself. You start building that excitement. I know when I started planning my first groups by myself, I just felt so awesome because I was a new coach. I was loving my journey, and the fact that I could then kind of create my own content or create my own ideas with my group. And it made me feel pretty damn awesome to be like, wow, people are following my lead. This is cool. So think about if you're running a group, and if you're not running a group or you have no idea what group you're inviting to, first you reach out to me, see what group I'm inviting to, and that'll be the group you can invite to too, or run your own group. So is your coach running a group? When does this group start? So knowing the start date, knowing what you're inviting to. So coming up, I'm thinking, okay, I have to start thinking about what I'm going to run for December, because this is around the time when you want to start getting that momentum flowing, right? So November 30th is a Monday. That's probably a good time to start a new group, because then I can go into December and have a group running for December. So think about, when is your next group going to start? Invite. Publicly, yes, on your stories, showing up every day, sharing your workouts, sharing your story, sharing what you have coming up, and sharing, like I know Gabby used to do, she would share Thursday Challenger wins or something. You did something really cool. Sharing that, because that's showing success that you're having in your groups. That's showing the success that, or that's showing the community aspect of your groups. But also privately, you need to get into people's inboxes. That's where the magic is going to happen. Oops. So some key points: consistency and authenticity. So showing up, are you showing up for your own journey? Are you sharing about your journey consistently? Are you sharing about your bootcamp group consistently? You are not annoying people by showing up every single day. If you look at my stories, I share the same thing every morning. You're going to see, and it might not be the exact picture, but you're probably going to see my energize. You're probably going to see my personal development. You're probably going to see me, maybe my face doing a cheers boomerang. Whatever it is, you're seeing that I'm showing up. You are seeing, and for the most part, Shanique's going to be up and she's going to be sharing what she's doing this morning. And that's building trust with people, because I am consistent as AF. I'm consistent. And that's important, because people then gain that trust with you. They realize, like, you're consistent, you're real, you're not going anywhere, you're doing this for yourself, and it's working for you. And are you showing up in your own journey? If you're not doing the things, if you're not committed to a workout program, if you're not committed to your own journey, and you don't have to be perfect, but if you're not committed to anything, well, then how are you going to feel excited about your journey? How are other people going to feel excited about that? So you have to be excited about what you're doing, and you might not always be, that's okay, but you need to be committed to a program. You need to be committed to your own journey. And that's going to create the excitement for yourself to show up authentically as yourself and share that with others, because we're not here to sell products. We're here to share our stories. We're here for people to see us. We're here for people to see how something is working for us, to see how 30-minute workouts make our workout routine so easy and realistic. That's what they're going to relate with, is your consistency and your authenticity with your journey. Okay, so you've been sharing. So now you're consistent on your stories all the time. It's time to send a personal invite to your party. So I like to think of it that way. There's a metaphor that one of the coaches used on a call one time, and it was, if you put a Facebook status and you were like, I'm having a party tonight and everyone's welcome, or, this party's for blah, 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 you're welcome to join me. How many people would actually join, right? Like if you saw a friend post something, but you hadn't talked to them in a few months, or you hadn't talked to them in a year, or whatever it is, you're probably not going to go to the party unless they say to you, hey, I was thinking about you. Would you want to come to my party that I'm having? Then you're going to feel welcome. You're going to feel special. You're going to feel like they actually want you there. So that's the same thing with this. You can share all you want on your stories. And like I said, 9 out of 10 times, people are not going to reach out to you. You need to reach out to them. And they're not always going to respond. They might ghost you. That's okay. But you need to be sending invites to people. And the people that are watching your stories, those are the people that you're going to reach out to. It's simple. They're watching you. They know what you're about. Now it's time to say, hey, you've been watching me. Do you want to join me? Okay, so ask questions. So let's start. You send the invite. Hey, I see you've been watching my stories the last little while. Were you interested at all in the bootcamp group that I'm running? I mean, there's so many, we have so many different invites. We have posts in our team page with the invite examples. So say you've sent the invites. Now you need to be asking questions. You need to be interested rather than interesting. So when someone says they want more info, okay, I say cue freak out mode. What do I say? Because I know sometimes when people actually want more information, even to this day, 3 years later, I still sometimes get into that like, oh, I have to actually like think of something. Oh, how am I going to respond? So first, breathe. Don't freak out. Just breathe. Be excited. Yes, someone wants information. Second, don't blow them away with information. Start simple. Yay, I'm so excited to share more information. Can I ask first what your health and fitness goals are right now? So kind of easing them, because that's also getting them to reflect inside and think about that and be like, oh, damn, like I really want to work on this. And that's helping them kind of get more in touch with what they really want. Whereas if you were to just go, and I used to do this all the time, I would just blow them away. Like they want more information, I'd get so excited, and then I would be like, blah, and like send them this huge paragraph, and then people just get overwhelmed and they're like, oh my God. So easing them into it is usually a better way to go. So just ask questions. Keep it simple. Be yourself. Don't overthink this. Just think about it. Like, okay, they want more information. Well, what are their goals right now? What are their health and fitness goals? So then they tell you their goals, and now your job is to relate with them and thank them for sharing, because first off, sharing is vulnerable. I'm sure they feel very vulnerable opening up to you. So feel honored that they did that. So third, relate to them, build that trust, feel felt found. This is something that we have said from the beginning. Like when you're talking to someone, the most important thing you can do is feel what they're like. When they tell you something, feel it. Let them know that you have been there too. You have felt that same way, but this community has helped you. You found something, like this community has helped you get to where you are. So this is an example of something I would say is if someone said, you know, I'm really busy, I just don't have time for myself, I'm really exhausted all the time, I come home from work, I get on the couch and I just can't leave. So I would say something like, I totally felt that same way before I started. As a busy student, I had no time for myself and I started to just feel so lost and exhausted all the time. But once I started doing these workouts and I joined this community, I realized how doable these 30-minute workouts were for my busy student schedule. And I started to feel amazing again. Do you think 30 minutes would be doable for you? So just, again, don't overthink it. Just relate to them, whatever it might be. You might not be a busy mom. That might be their objection. They might say, I'm really busy, I have kids. Well, you don't have to be a mom to relate to that. You can just say, I'm busy too in my new career or in my job. Like just making sure that they understand that you feel it. You're there for them. You can relate with them. So don't overthink it. Keeping the convo flowing. So don't overthink this. I'm just gonna move my screen away. Be a human, be genuine, be yourself. Remember, people will ghost you. People will say no. That's okay. That's nothing on you. That's on them. So ask questions. Like I said, ask questions. Share videos of our workout library. Sometimes I'll kind of start the conversation like the one on the previous slide. And once they say, yeah, I think that would be really doable for me, then say, well, if you wouldn't mind, I'll actually send you some videos of what our workout library looks like. And you can kind of get a little glimpse into that. Would that be okay? They say yes. You send them you take a video of your screen. Like I just pop Beachbody On Demand up on my laptop. I have my phone and I'll just send the video message and just like talk them through it and just say, so this is our workout library. It looks exactly like Netflix, but for fitness. There's so many different categories you can choose from, like yoga, there's barre. This is the program I'm doing right now. And then I'll click on it and say, like, look at how it's organized. You can see how the workouts are organized week by week, day by day. And if you go into these program materials here, you actually get a whole meal plan with every single program. and a workout calendar so you know what you're doing and you can check off the days as you go through. And then I'll go to our bod group and just say like, this is our bod group. This is what the community looks like. It's honestly so much fun. It just so that you have that support through your journey, yada, yada, yada. Kind of make it, just don't overthink it. Just show them what it all looks like. And don't take no for an answer. Okay, so I don't mean harass them until they say yes. I mean, when they say no, don't leave it at that. Say no problem at all. If it's that they go to the gym already, that's awesome. Keep crushing it. Like, good for you. That's really amazing. But if you ever want, I can definitely share resources on meal plans. I have resources for personal development or anything. Or if you ever just want some quick, efficient workouts on the side, let me know. I'm always here for you. Or I'll say something like, no problem at all. Do you already have a fitness routine that you love? Or something like, no worries at all. I totally understand that. Can I at least send you some free workouts? And then I'll send them some sample workouts. I have a PDF that I've created with some of the sample workouts that I can share with you. Let me know, or I'll just post it in our team page. I think it's in there, but I will double check. But don't leave it at no, just leave it with, because people are going to remember how you make them feel. So if you're, relating, if you're saying no problem, that's totally fine. Because if people say no, and then you're just like, okay, well, I'm just going to leave it, then that kind of looks shady. Like that's going to look kind of rude, right? So we want to make sure that they know, like, no worries, but can I send you like a free workout or free meal plan or whatever it might be, to kind of just help them in their journey and show them that you care about them. Even if they're not going to sign up with you, you're still there for them. And that's kind of the gist of what I wanted to share with you today. Like, inviting can be its own training. Like, we have so many trainings on inviting, so I don't want to go too much into it, because there are YouTube inviting Beachbody, or inviting Kate Schultz. I love Kate Schultz. That's kind of who I got inspiration from when I first started kind of getting into coaching. I love her way of looking at inviting. She gives perfect examples. We also have tons of examples for inviting in our team page all the time. If you go into, I would say, the Girls with Grit, Sam's team page, or the Girly Gains page, if you just go into the search, like, how you can search in Facebook groups, just put invites and see what pops up. And I guarantee we'll have like a whole bunch of scripts that we've used in the past, and that so do that, get some invite scripts from there, and start sending the invites, guys. Like, our challenge packs are on sale this month as well. Like, it's a great time. And just remember, the people that you need to be sharing, or you won't have people to invite, right? Like, if you're not sharing on your stories, then there's nobody to invite, because they don't know what you're doing. They don't know what you're about. So people need to know who you are. They need to know your authentic personality. They need to know the quirks, the funny, the Beachbody, of course, share your workouts, but share you, like, share your genuine self, your quirky, funny, those weird things that you do that people will relate with. Share it all, and just be yourself. Don't be afraid of this process, and know that you can do this. And don't be, the people are, like I said, people are going to ghost you. They're going to say no. You're going to feel frustrated, but always remember that you still, a no right now is a not right now. Like, a no is a not right now. Eventually they will sign up. Let's just be real. But I'm going to leave it at that, because Tiffany, Sam, and I actually just did a video as well on kind of getting started as a new coach, some of the simple ways to do that. And that one has a lot of resources too. So I'm going to leave this one here, and I'm going to also direct you to the other video at another time. Start with one at a time. But yeah, and if you have questions, please comment down below, or reach out to me. Just send me a message and just say like, hey, I have a question about, what do you think I should send for an invite? Or what do you think I should, I'm feeling like this. What do you suggest? Like, I'm here for you guys as a coach. Like, ask me anything. If you need tips, tricks, tools on absolutely anything, please reach out. But otherwise, I will leave it there. I don't want this video to be too long. I just kind of wanted to give you some inspo and just some motivation to get sending those invites, because you guys, let's explode this. People need this in their lives. They need community. They need support. And we can offer that to them. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video now, and I hope you guys have a good night. I don't know if I can stop the record from here. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.